3 reasons why Vince McMahon is under fire. Vince McMahon is a man without whom it is impossible to imagine modern wrestling. Many consider him a genius, but there are those who say that Vince should have retired a long time ago. Today we decided to collect 3 main reasons for criticism of Vince McMahon. Let's go! So, reason number 1. Lowering the bar. Vince McMahon has pretty much abandoned the flourishing territorial system in favor of lining his own pockets. By purchasing WCW, he finished what he started in the 80s and gained a monopoly on professional wrestling. Vince's lack of competition meant that the quality of his own shows dropped, as he could do whatever he wanted for 20 years and there was no alternative. If you didn't like the WWE product, you had no easily accessible alternative. It's gotten to the point where its TV shows started to look like any other reality show about housewives, with silly talk, lame plots, and everything scripted, where no one can take that part seriously in any way. Vince McMahon has made WWE wrestling a pop culture phenomenon and given his wrestlers universal recognition by creating t-shirts, toys, and video games. And you can buy magazines and posters and watch your favorite wrestlers perform outside of wrestling in other forms of entertainment such as movies, TV shows, commercials, day and night talk shows, and interviews. Of course, wrestling interviews and news releases already existed years before Vince took over, but because he made WWE a mainstream hit, their wrestlers are recognized no matter what part of the world they are in. The negative consequences of this are also that wrestlers outside of WWE had a hard time getting the public's attention, because of the fact that it has become the only wrestling promotion they can get it from. Reason number 2. Lack of freedom and creative self-expression. For many wrestlers, Vince is a control freak who thinks every worker in WWE is his slave. Before he left WWE, all creative decisions had to be made by Vince. He was the last barrier between ideas and television. Unfortunately, in most cases, this barrier didn't work properly. Looking at a recent product, you would think that it skipped most of the good ideas and approved the bad ones. It tends to kill talent right from the doorstep by giving it some silly name or silly fetish stunt or both. It's hard to believe that one adult would order the others exactly what to say or do over a long period of time. But that's just what Vince McMahon was doing to commentators. It's demoralizing because they couldn't be themselves. Perhaps without McMahon, both wrestlers and writers could have had more freedom in storylines, especially in terms of who is at odds with whom and what the promo will entail. Like the commentators, most wrestlers actually know what to say, so they don't need detailed instructions to speak well on the mic. Once Vince McMahon is gone, the clams will disappear. The calls from game to game will sound more natural, the reactions will be less forced, and the colored commentators will really be colorful. Reason number 3. Vince's scandals and disgusting behavior. For Vince McMahon, bullying and abuse were the order of the day. If you gather all the humiliating stories for girls, there would be more than one video to go around. In most cases, Vince wanted to portray women in wrestling as sexual objects or targets of ridicule and censure. Vince was also accused of making racist remarks. Vince didn't care about the health of wrestlers. The WWF and WWE schedules were shamefully brutal. There was a time when wrestlers had to travel from city to city, sacrificing their health and battling in rings that were too hard and injury-prone. Vince McMahon has also been involved in countless scandals. The most recent of these scandals led to his retirement. You can learn about Vince McMahon's most high-profile scandals in WWE in our new video tip. Despite the scandals, Vince's impact on WWE and wrestling in general cannot be underestimated. Thanks to Vince McMahon, the WWE business model has become so successful, and wrestling has become a favorite pastime for millions. Leave a like if you liked the video, and also write in the comments who Vince McMahon is for you, and what do you think about his resignation. See you later.